Rain poured over the bustling city street, turning umbrellas into shields against the gray drizzle. Among the hurried crowd, a worn-down piano sat outside a cafe, keys chipped and faded. John, a single dad struggling to make ends meet, had dragged it there for passers-by to play, hoping to earn a few coins. But today, he noticed something different. A little girl, no older than 10, shivering in the corner, eyes wide with curiosity and longing. "Do you want to try?" John asked gently, kneeling beside her. She hesitated, then nodded, her tiny hands trembling as they hovered over the keys. Slowly he guided her, teaching her simple melodies, smiling at each hesitant note. Around them, the city blurred into a gray haze, but in that moment, music filled the air with warmth and hope. Days turned into weeks, and their sessions became a ritual. John shared not only piano lessons but laughter, stories, and a rare sense of security. The girl's talent blossomed under his patient care, and he found himself looking forward to these small moments, the bond growing stronger than either could have imagined. Then one afternoon, a sleek black car pulled up, and a well-dressed woman stepped out, watching from across the street. Her gaze softened as she saw her daughter laughing, playing, and learning under the guidance of the kind stranger. Unbeknownst to John, the little girl's mother was none other than one of the city's most powerful billionaires. And in that quiet realization, the world seemed to pause, ready to change both their lives forever. The next morning, John arrived at the usual street corner, dragging the piano behind him. The little girl, whom he had come to call Lily, was already there, her eyes lighting up as she spotted him. Rain had stopped, leaving a crisp freshness in the air, and for a moment, the city felt softer, quieter. "Ready to learn something new today?" John asked, smiling. Lily nodded eagerly, climbing onto the piano bench with careful grace. As she practiced, a small crowd gathered, some out of curiosity, others simply drawn to the innocence of her music. John's heart swelled watching her fingers dance over the keys, each note a mix of fragility and beauty. Weeks passed, and Lily's talent grew. Her confidence soared, and John found himself thinking less about coins and more about her future. He had never imagined he could care for someone else's dreams so deeply. But life has a way of testing kindness. One afternoon, the sleek black car appeared again. This time, the woman approached cautiously, her heels clicking on the wet pavement. John froze, unsure why the sight of her unsettled him. "Excuse me," she said, voice soft but steady. "I believe that's my daughter you've been teaching." John blinked. "Your daughter?" The woman nodded, eyes glistening with something between relief and awe. "I had no idea. She ran away after our argument. She's been hiding here." John felt a lump in his throat. He had been teaching a child without knowing who she truly was. And yet, all he could think of was how much joy her laughter had brought him, how her music had brightened not only the streets, but his own weary heart. In that instant, he realized, kindness doesn't wait for recognition. And sometimes, it leads to unexpected miracles. John's hands shook slightly as he helped Lily down from the piano bench. Her mother stood there, elegant and calm, but her eyes revealed worry and longing. Lily clung to John's hand, hesitant, unsure of what this meant. I'm so sorry," the woman said, her voice almost breaking. "I never imagined she would end up here. She ran away. I didn't know how lost she felt." John shook his head gently. "You don't need to apologize. She's happy here, and she's learning. That's what matters." Lily peeked up at him, a shy smile tugging at her lips. John realized then that the bond they had formed went beyond music. It was trust, safety, and the warmth of someone truly seeing her. The woman knelt down, extending her hand to Lily. "Sweetheart, I'm your mom," she whispered. Lily froze, eyes wide. Slowly, she reached out and touched her mother's hand, unsure, trembling, yet a flicker of hope shone in her gaze. John felt a pang in his chest. He had grown attached, and the thought of letting go hurt. But this was bigger than him. This was about giving Lily the life she deserved. Over the next few days, the mother arranged for lessons at a prestigious music academy, but insisted Lily continue to meet John. She needs you, the woman admitted. You've given her something I couldn't. For John, it was bittersweet. He had started as a single dad teaching a homeless girl on the street, and now, he was part of a story much larger than himself. Lily's laughter still echoed in his mind, a reminder that kindness and patience could change lives in ways no one expected. As the piano notes filled the street one last time before the academy lessons, John smiled. Sometimes, helping someone else wasn't about recognition, it was about love, patience, and letting your heart guide you. Lily's first day at the music academy was filled with nervous excitement. John waited outside, watching as she disappeared into the grand building, her small frame swallowed by the towering doors. He felt a mix of pride and unease, pride for her courage, unease because he wasn't sure how he fit into this new world. Later that afternoon, Lily rushed out, her face glowing. "Mr. John! You have to hear this!" she exclaimed, dragging him inside the empty practice hall. She played a complex piece, fingers flying over the keys, the music crisp, confident, and alive. John's heart soared. He could see the progress she had made. The child who had once trembled over a single note was now a young musician bursting with talent. Her mother appeared quietly in the doorway, watching. She approached John slowly. "I need to thank you," she said softly. "You saw her when no one else did. You gave her hope and patience. You changed her life." John shook his head, feeling a lump form in his throat. "I just taught her to play piano. She did the rest herself." "No," she insisted. "You gave her stability, guidance, and love. That's what mattered most." Then, Lily paused, looking from John to her mother, and said in a small, determined voice, "I don't want to leave him behind." Her mother knelt down, taking both their hands. "You don't have to," she whispered. "He's family now. He's part of our lives." John's eyes widened. He had never expected this. The little act of kindness on a rainy street had woven him into a family he never imagined, a bond stronger than wealth or status. In that moment, John realized that sometimes, the smallest gestures, the patience to teach, the courage to care, could ripple into life-changing miracles. The next week, the city street where John and Lily had first met felt strangely empty without the piano. But John wasn't sad. He had seen Lily blossom, and her laughter now belonged to a brighter, safer world. Yet, there was an unspoken bond that neither distance nor wealth could erase. One afternoon, Lily ran toward him, waving excitedly. "Mom says you have to come to the recital," she shouted. "She wants you there." John hesitated. A grand concert hall, elegant suites, and polished floors. This was far from the rainy streets he was used to. But he followed Lily, curiosity and pride mingling in his chest. The recital began. One by one, students played, but when Lily's turn came, the hall fell silent. Her fingers danced over the keys, producing music so pure and passionate that it brought tears to many eyes. John felt his chest tighten. He had taught her the first notes, and now, she was sharing a gift that could touch the world. After the performance, Lily ran into his arms. Her mother stepped forward, smiling warmly. "John," she said, voice filled with gratitude, "you didn't just teach her piano, you gave her hope, courage, and love. That is priceless." John shook his head, overwhelmed. "I only showed her how to play." "No," she said firmly. "You showed her life." Lily held his hand tightly. "You're my family, Mr. John. Always." In that moment, John realized that true acts of kindness have no limits. They create bonds stronger than blood, ripples that can transform lives. A homeless girl had found a family, a struggling single dad had found purpose, and a billionaire mother had rediscovered the meaning of love through simple human connection. Sometimes, the smallest gestures, patience, care, and belief in someone, can change the course of a life forever. And for John, Lily, and her mother, this was only the beginning.